Give me this shot.
Episode 16, in my opinion, worked surprisingly well, both as a standalone story and a pressure chamber for what's going to happen next. I did like the opening of the episode where like Bakuo is literally in an M concert and he's let's say very enthusiastic about his time being there, and right before Nem gets to actually go out and perform, she gets kidnapped. The fan meeting collapse, and the moment that Bakuo switches to his Agent 7 mode, the system closes in around him again. That snap is the point. Zero doesn't hesitate to label Bakuo as a traitor, not because he failed, but because he let empathy guide him. When Bakuo asks what Code is hiding, Zero doesn't deny it. He just withholds it. Trust in Code's world is conditional and transactional. Back in the real world, the relationship quietly shifts. Tetsuya finally apologizes. The Paranormal Affair Division returns to ZEZTZ's room, and Minami isn't afraid anymore. She's worried but present. No longer outside of Bakuo's world, she stands adjacent to it, choosing to stay. The hospital sequence ground the episode emotionally. The dreamer isn't malicious or grand. She's a nurse, someone whose job is to care, someone who watched Nem vanish in seconds and couldn't do nothing about it. That helplessness mirrors the show's larger tension. Effort doesn't always equal protection. Meanwhile, the ideological fracture widens elsewhere. The lady gives Knox the shadow capsule and sends him back into the field. And this is where the mirror becomes uncomfortable. Knox believes that Code treats the agent as replaceable numbers, and yet the lady doesn't free him. She redirects him. Different aesthetic, same control. The shattering of the flower pot makes it clear. Beauty and mercy only exist while they're useful. When Bakuo returns to the dream, he finally draws his line. He would finish the mission, but on his term. He will carry responsibility for letting Knox escape, if it means staying to his true ideals. Zero agrees, not because he believes Bakuo is right, but because he needs him. The chase with the wolf nightmare is fast, functional, but it's also a distraction. The real confrontation happens in the same warehouse that Toei just has now, at least I think so. Zero's fight is impressive. He's efficient, overwhelming, and utterly detached. When he dismantles Knox's transformation and strips him of his license, pretty much, he doesn't speak to him as a person, only as code number 4. In that moment, every fear Knox has and ever had about Code is validated. So Knox, stop asking for permission. The new driver isn't just a power-up, it's a declaration. Not manufactured by Code, not syndicated, not safe. When Knox uses the shadow capsule and becomes Commander Knox, he isn't choosing strength for dominance, he's choosing agency, even if it destroys him in the process. Zero gets to warn him that those powers would probably kill him. Knox doesn't care. He already survived worse. The final exchange isn't explosive. It's surgical. Zero's last gambit fails. Every enhancement is erased. When Knox reaches into Zero's mechanical chassis and removes the core, it's not an execution. It's dismantling. Zero collapses, powerless, from an authority figure to cargo. And that's when the weight sets in. The lady didn't want Zero dead. She wanted him alive. Knox doesn't look triumphant. he looks unsettled because he hasn't escaped the system. He delivered someone into another one. And for the first time, it's unclear whatever he's broken or free or change handlers. Episode 16 doesn't end with a victory, it ends with leverage, changing handles. Episode 17 worked really well in pair with episode 16. Recontextualize everything that we thought we know about Code, Nox, and now the lady. The introduction of Agent Number 3 complicates Nox's long-term standing that Code treats their agent as disposable numbers. Because on paper, Code actually has a solid survival record for their agents. Agent 3 through 7 are still alive, even 0. We don't know really what happened with 2 and 1, so Nox's hatred isn't about death rate, it's about the treatment, about dignity, about being reduced to a function. And that's where the lady becomes genuinely unsettling. The reveal that she orchestrated Nemesis' kidnapping for mind control is something that I'm mixed on conceptually, purely because introducing like real life powers that right now we don't know if it comes from a capsule or not, or she's enhanced by nightmare powers, I am not really sure if I liked it, if I would like it even, but succeeding in shifting the narrative's weight. She isn't an alternative to Code, she is a reflection of it. The tension between her and Nox, she orders Zero to be captured alive. Nox disobeyed, but not recklessly, but deliberately. The Zero he destroyed was mainly a robotic body. Retrieving the memory reactor is enough. And the fact that the lady is more annoyed and furious tells you exactly how she views assets. She's calm because she still got what she wanted. On the other side of the story, the focus is still on Bakuo and Minami, which is genuinely strong. Minami isn't just reacting anymore, she's supporting Bakuo, she's grounding him, she's pushing him back when his optimism is on the borders of self-destruction. And Bakuo stays firm, even without Zero, even without a commander. He keeps moving forward, not for Code, but for the Dreamer, for Nem. That distinction matters. Episode 17 makes it clear that Bakuo continuing the mission isn't about obedience. When Nox tells him that he has no reason to keep going now that Zero is gone, Bakuo rejects it outright. The mission isn't about Code, it's about clearing regret, about a promise made and being kept. Nox overpowering ZEZTZ sells how dangerous he became, but what matters more that Nox let Bakuo go, not out of kindness, but out of recognition. He sees Bakuo isn't acting as a pawn, and that's something that Nox respects, even if he believes it would get Bakuo killed someday. The resolution with the Wolf Nightmare ties the two-parter together neatly. The entire nightmare was pretty much a scheme that was never about chaos. It was a bait to lure Zero. Once his purpose is fulfilled, Nox discards the nightmare without hesitation, which says a lot how both he and the lady view nightmares themselves as tools to be used and then erased. The final scene with the lady, her using Nem again, her calm certainty and her casual appearance in Bakuo's real life under an alias, handing him a contact card, like she already decided that she needs to be a part of his life, is quite chilling. Because unlike Code, she doesn't hide around, she acts. Episode 16 and 17 gives us system competing for control, and a protagonist stubborn enough to believe there is still a way to help people without becoming one of them. Episode 16 gets an A, and episode 17 gets a B+. So, what's your overall thoughts of episode 16 and 17 of Kamen ZEZTZ? I'm very sorry for the very late review, but I'm hoping that with this video and episode 18, I would be all caught up on ZETs. Yeah, I hope you liked the video. If you did, smash that like button. Hey, help your subscribe button achieve its true goal of becoming a subscribed button by smashing that subscribe button. Don't forget, you're the only one that can prevent forest fires. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.